Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Time for us to edit your RAW files. Actually, this is a friend of mine's RAW file. She asked me to help her shoot photos, and I had to go to another location while she was here shooting this location, which is a restaurant. So I gave her the D3000 with the 14-24 on there to shoot interiors. Gave her some basic rundowns of where she should set it and base it off of what looks good on the screen because I couldn't explain the histogram. Somebody likes explaining the histogram out there, and that would be Greg. But me, yeah, I don't always go by those peaks and valleys of digital data. I like to see what it looks like. Anyway, that's me. So here's this photo. It's a very good interior photo. It's shot exactly how it should have been shot. The angles are great. It really shows how the room was set up. The only problem, which isn't at the fault of the photographer, is the light. All of the windows. There's so many windows here, and that you couldn't get away from the windows if you tried. So how do we bring back this RAW file? Well, one, if this was shot in JPEG, you'd be pretty much SOL in my opinion. So let's start to bring this back and see what we would need to do. So first, with the exposure, I think it's too bright. So I'm going to bring that back a little bit. You know, we'll go right about there. And you know I usually pump up my contrast next, but look what's happening. We're losing a lot of what's going on in this restaurant. It's getting very dark. And yes, this may be what it looks like. Sure, you could hit the recovery slider and it still looks... This is probably what it would look like if you were in there. But we want to make this look like an appealing photograph that you'd want to use in a magazine or for advertising. So, you know, if we add dark, you know, our black levels, it's just going to black out and we're not going to get too much. So this is where I borrow from Greg's book and come up with using the fill light. Yeah, you'll see what's going to happen. I watched him do this in a photo once for Photo of the Week, and it does a lot. By the way, I'm going to put this photo, this RAW file up so you guys can download it and then try your own edit and put it into the forum. I'll put a link there for this in the forum. So there, I added that fill light. Now watch what happens when we add the blacks. Boom. Look at that. There we go. Hey, now we look like a photo. It just... Thanks, Greg, for showing me that fill light on one of those last videos. It actually comes in handy here. I don't like using it with people, but look at this shot. And we could add recovery, but that grays everything out. I don't like flat. I like when my tones are blown out. I don't like this even histogram crap, in my opinion. So there we go. Let's see what happens under... I like my exposure right where it's at. Contrast a little more. Midtones, nah, I don't like too much of that because I don't like too much. I'm using the clarity slider right now. I don't like it to get too harsh because it just starts to look too sharpened. Not good enough for me, or not, you know, not good enough for anybody because it's too sharpened. But really, I think this is close to being amazing. Now let's see where it started. Hitting this hash line, whatever, the thing right under the delete key. Flat, blah, blah. There we go. Before, after, before, after. And to me, let's see what happens if we add some, I didn't add some yellow to this to make it a little warmer. I don't think it really needs to be too warm. No, you know what? It needs to be a little warm. So there we go. I think this is a solid shot. Everything is lined up very well. It's a great angle. It serves the purpose for exactly what it was shot for. So that is my edit. I don't know where Greg's going to take it, but let's take a look now at what Greg is going to do, and then I will be back to compare both photos side by side. Greg, you are up.
Hey everybody, now it's my turn. Greg Casillo here, editing a RAW file. Cool picture, just a available light with some blown out glass, blown out windows, blown out glass. You never know if it's blown out. Maybe somebody took a gun and shot it out, I don't know. Anyway, look at our histogram. Yes, we use our histograms. It is a lot of data loss, both in the fabric up here in the foreground as well as the windows. Normally when I shoot something like this, I would do a little bit of a range of exposure. three shots, maybe 4 shots, maybe a third or 2/3 stop in between each one, and just to see where I'm at, and a little under. We're a little too far to the right in this image. Normally, I would want to shoot quite this far to the right. So let's see what we can bring back. Since Lightroom and other editing programs are made to bring that data back, that's what we're going to try and do. So, what do we use? The recovery slider. So let's start off with that recovery slider. Probably around 20, 25, something like that. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get it right to 20. Oops, wrong key. 20. Alright, now bring our exposure back down so that it's pretty normal. We definitely also have a mix of lighting. We have available light from the inside, which is one temperature, and then we also have our sunlight, our daylight, which is giving us another one. So our balance is definitely off, but I definitely want to go warmer, I believe. That's better. The ceiling is looking much nicer. The chairs are looking a little better. Let's see what happens with our tint. Too far. Yeah, see, somewhere in there. I like that. I like the greens. The greens are showing up a little bit better here. Alright, let's try a little more recovery just to see where we're at. And see, that data is just not coming back in. That is just, yeah, it's completely gone. So let's back up by 2 stops back to our tint. And that's as good as we're going to get there. Now, I think it might need to be straightened just a hair. Let's see. I'm looking right in here. Okay, to see where my lines are. And so that's a little better. Not a lot. Just a little, just to straighten it up just a touch. Not sure what else we can do here. Maybe just a touch of blacks. I don't want to go too much because there's a lot of dark colors in here, and so I really don't want to make my blacks too blocky and too harsh. Probably will add a little clarity just for a little more contrast. If you watch right in here, you'll really see that clarity. I'm going to undo that and then redo that. You can really see it. Oops. It disappeared on me. Oh, because I was hitting the wrong button. Okay. So let's bring my blacks back in. I was there. Now watch my clarity. Okay. It just adds just enough of that mid-tone contrast right around the glass, that kind of thing. And it's just enough. It's just that little touch. Now there's nothing here that we really need to spot out. I love the toilet sign. Did you notice that? I love the toilet sign. That's pretty cool. Or I guess maybe they say it toilette. I don't know. Maybe it's in France. I have no idea. It's funny. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to do with this image. I'm probably at a loss. And since we don't have sky or windows to bring back in, I don't think we can really do much. I don't really want to make it black and white, although I don't mind taking a look. Yeah, see, I like the warm tones in the ceiling, so I don't think black and white is the way to go. So I'm guessing that's about it. Greg Casillo, Fro Knows Photo.com. See ya.
And we are back with both Greg's edit and my edit. My edit is on the right, and Greg's edit is on the left. I took the more extreme angle to this photo, as in I worried about the inside more than the outside, because I don't mind that the windows blow out. To me, it's about the interior here, and I don't care about bringing in, unless this is on, unless there's something beautiful outside. Like that's a part, if that's a major part of the image. If I was, say, on the Empire State Building and the outside was just as important in the inside, then we would do some playing around with the lights and make some different shots and try to balance both. And that's where flash would come in, and we would try to balance both lights inside and outside. But in this case, I love what I did to this. Sure, I think that the one on the left-hand side, like I said when I was editing mine, looks more reminiscent of, or more realistic of what the color would be if you walked in there right now. But, you know, I wanted to make it go pow, 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 boom. Pow, 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 boom. Yeah, something like that. And it does. And I like that it goes boom, because that's just how I like my photos. They go boom. And in this case, the edit goes boom. And that's about it. So what I'm going to do is, well, let us know which one you think you like better. And follow the link into the Frono's Photo forum, where you will be able to edit this photo as well as download. Well, I'll give you the link to download in here, which is in the description. Download the file and then put your update, your edits into the forum. So there you have it. We want to see what you guys come up with. Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.